Air conditioning's on. Let's see.
There can't be two Alpha Titans.
Who bows to who?
Kong bows to no one.
The world needs Kong.
There's something provoking me into war.
All right, guys, what is going on? Today's video, we're going to talk about what it actually takes to swap a 392 into your Ram 1500. And I get the question a lot. What did it take? How much did you need? Did you need a new PCM? Did you need a new TCM? Did you need all this crazy stuff with tuning and stuff like that? But realistically, guys, no, it did not take as much as you guys think to actually do the swap, because the 5.7 and the 6.4 blocks basically very similar. They bolt up, all the same stuff. But I'm going to tell you everything that you actually need if you just want to do a basic swap with say even a stock 392. Yeah, you could do that, no problems. I'm going to tell you everything that you need, like I said, even for a stock 392. But you're gonna, like, the stock 392 comes in the trucks and the cars, the 6.4, so you need a couple of different things to make it work inside of this if you have a 5.7 already, obviously. So we're going to go through that, but first we're going to get a start in the Ram. It hasn't been started in a while. Haven't done a cold start in a while, and I have a 392 swapped Ram. If you're new to my channel or whatever, it is Whipple supercharged. So start the Ram up. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna get you a cold start. You're gonna hear my truck like stutter a little bit. That's because my pump does not have a check valve, so it may not start the second I push it. So yeah, let's get a cold start in the Ram, guys. Then we'll get through with the video on what you actually need to do this swap. Which, like I said, it's not as big as you guys think. All right, I'm not gonna do a cold start from behind. I've done them a million times. As you can see, we are track ready. I'll go over that in a little bit. What I try and do a little bit is prime the pump up some. Air conditioning's on. Let's see. There she goes. It's been about a week since she started up. Oh yeah. Should have primed the pump a little bit more. She's ready. Now if I start it up again in say a minute or two, it'll start right up. But it's been about a week. Truck's running good, sounds good. I don't know if you guys can see the block itself. My buddy Steve painted the timing cover orange, but the block is orange. This is a 392. The guys that are new to this channel, yeah, you can see the block down there. The fuel pressure, we had issues with the fuel. That's why I'm always looking at the fuel pressure, guys. She sounds good, man. Tomorrow, we were gonna go to the track today, but I had this couple of things to do this morning, so I couldn't get there early. So tomorrow, we're gonna be going to the track. That's my plan. Unless something happens, but tomorrow is track day, and we'll go from there, fellas. All right, guys. Yeah, so the video is going to be about what you actually need to do a 392 swap. I probably should have made this video a while ago, but I didn't. But yeah, well, the first things first. Obviously, you need a 392 Hemi. You need, you can either start with the small block, the short block, however you want to get your block. Really, I had my block built by BES. I ordered it. I ordered it through HHP, built by BES. And the reason I did mine built because I have a Whipple supercharged Ram. It's Whipple supercharged, and I wanted a fully built motor. But you don't need to do a fully built motor. You can actually just do a 392 Hemi and swap it in there. It does not take as much as everyone really that bad. Like if you do a Hellcat swap, it's a lot more complicated with everything. I don't even know exactly what you need in the Hellcat swap. But I know in the 392 swap, you don't need nearly as much. Yeah, I know they are both the same BGE blocks. They are literally the same block, just different crank, pistons, all that stuff. But there's more involved than just, doing a swap like that. So I'm not going to get in that. We're just going to go with a 392 block. So, all right. So what I did, this is exactly what I did. When I bought my truck, when I bought my motor, I wanted everything under there to be new and 392. And all the 5.7 stuff, you know, basically got rid of, sold, all that stuff. So the first thing you need is the block. And, you know, to go with your block, is say you want to do a long block. We'll just go with a regular 392 long block. We'll start with that because obviously if you want to start modifying, you got to take the cam out. Different cam, then you're going to need, you know, different springs in your heads and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go with a 392 long block. We'll start with there for the Ram. So say you want to go out, buy a brand new from the factory 392 long block. Boom, you got your block. First thing you're going to need to do, you can get a new oil pan, or you can use your stock oil pan. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Oil pans are oil pans. But the windage tray in the oil pan, you need a 6.4 truck windage pan. The car one won't work, and the 5.7 one won't work. You need a 6.4 truck windage pan. I actually ordered my windage tray on the pan. Windage tray. I actually got mine off of Holly because they were the only ones that had them in stock, and I was getting the swap done like very soon. So you need a 6.4 truck windage pan inside your to make the fit, so the crank fits obviously inside your truck. And realistically, that's not much. You don't need much. When I had my mine built by BES, Steve, when he was assembling the oil pan, he told me that I think the oil drain or some forget exactly what it was. One of the bolts was in the wrong position. They were set up for the car. I think it's the oil pan. And before we put it on, we need it for where the truck's oil pan sits. I think the oil pan. I can't remember exactly. But he needed it, and I called BES. They said, yes, you could just switch the bolt to where the truck one sits, which is two things up on the crank to, like, as the bolts go down. I can't really explain exactly what it is. I'm no mechanic. I'm just telling you what you need. So you need to move the bolt 2 up, I think, or 3. I can't remember exactly. But you can look on your old one once you're taking the motor apart and see exactly where it goes. And I called BES. They said, yes, you can. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sweating here. I called BES. They said, yes, you can switch the bolt, just torque it back down the spec and torque the other bolt back down the spec, and you're fine. No issues with the bottom end. And obviously, we did that and have no issues. So you need a 6.4 truck windage tray to go on, you know, your stock oil pan, because you need this. And you still need this Ram 1500 oil pan. You just need a different windage tray, and that's what we got. Now with me, like I said, I bought everything new. I got a brand new high performance oil pump, new water pump. I even put a new radiator in. But you don't need to do the radiator and stuff. Mine actually went. But it is recommended to put in a new oil pump, a new water pump. Basically, I mean, the water pump maybe, but definitely I would put a new oil pump, new motor, new oil pump. And like the block, like all the stuff with the block, say you want to do the 6.4 heads, you're going to need 6.4 gaskets. The bolts are actually the same. The 5.7, 6.4, and the 6.2 head bolts are actually all the same. And I mean 6.2 is in the Hellcat. They're actually the same head bolts. So, and obviously Hellcats aren't studs, and they've run up to 1820 PSI when torqued down to spec, so they're good. You're not pulling heads. That's all the same. The head bolts are all the same, so you don't need to worry about, oh my God, did I get the right head bolts? I ordered mine right off HHP's website. It'll even say 5.7, 6.4, or 6.2 head bolts. They're all the same. It's the same number. Even if you go on Mopar's website, look them up, the order number's the same. So all that's good there. So you get the block in. Everything bolts right up. It's basically the same as it would your 5.7. It's not like nothing's really crazy. Like I said, we needed the windage tray to fit it. The bolt had to be changed. You do need your timing cover for the Ram, the 5.7 Ram, because if you get it, I think off the 6.4 Ram, I think the timing cover is different. I'm not sure. I don't have a 6.4 Ram, so I couldn't tell you. And I know the car's timing cover is different than the truck's, so we need that. You still need your. I use my stock timing cover. I use the same one that came in the 5.7. I use the timing cover for that because everything lines up the same with the way the intake is. Now, the manifold. If you're going to do a 392 swap on your truck, you can put your 5.7 manifold back on, no problem. But it is recommended by basically everybody that you do a bigger manifold, or a better manifold, or just an overall better manifold will be the 6.4 truck manifold. Now, also, all the fastest 5.7 NA Rams are all running ported 6.4 truck manifold. They're all running it. So if you're going to have a 6.4 truck manifold with a 6.4 Hemi, bam, you got a good combination right there. But like I said, the real thing you really need, you need a 6.4 windage tray, and you may need to move that bolt. I don't know if everyone does it. I know BES, when I called them, they said they just put it in place where the 392 cars are, because they don't, I don't know why, but why would, you know, they said that they don't know what vehicle is going, and they just know it's a 392 short block, which I ordered a short block. They don't know that it was going to be, you know, for a truck or a car. I guess HHP didn't tell them, even though HHP knew I had a Ram. I told them, I gave them all the information they needed to do it. So, like, it's not much stuff that you need, but you do need some stuff to actually bolt in. You will need a new tune. Obviously, your tuning is going to be completely different. I actually still have the same trans tune as the 5.7. The trans ain't, obviously the trans didn't change. The trans tune, my cam for this, I'm pretty sure was almost the same RPMs as my 5.7. So it's very similar to that, you know what I mean? So I didn't need a new trans tune. And the trans tune, I have a really good trans tune on here, so I didn't think Jay wanted to mess with the trans tune anyway. So we're just, you know, we leave that there. That's fine. Everything's great with the trans tune. But you will need a new PCM tune. No, you don't need a new PCM. You don't need to, you know, you do, if you're like a stock vehicle, you do got to get it unlocked by, you know, HB Tuners, Diablo. Basically, HB Tuners, Diablo. I don't know anyone else that's tuning through any other software. I don't even know if there is any other software, but HB Tuners or Diablo, you got to get yourself an unlocked PCM, and you got to get yourself a custom tune. Or I don't know if the 392 stock tune will work. I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. In the car world, possibly. If you have a RT 5.7 and you put a 392, like complete swap of a 392 in there, then yeah, you probably can get the 392 stock tune and put it on and be fine. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not a tuner. They would know that better than me. Because my motor's built, supercharged, you need a tune for a 392. So with all that stuff, like I said, it's not much stuff, man. I'll even show you what we got under the... Make sure that's swapped over good. You don't need different headers. I would recommend getting long tubes if you're going to do a 392 swap. I mean, a couple of guys actually have had the 6.4 manifolds on their truck. I would keep the long tubes. These are the same headers that were on my 5.7, so they bolt right up to the 6.4 block. Obviously, this is the same Whipple that was on my 5.7. Bolts up to the same block. Timing chain cover bolts up to the same block. Like I said, almost everything bolts up to the same block. You could even use your 5.7 headers, and you could choose which gasket you want. I think you need the 6.4 or the 5.7 gaskets that bolt up. I don't remember. I know a couple websites will tell you exactly what you need if you want to do the headers with the 5.7s. But yeah, basically, I have a new crank. Obviously, I have an ATI crank pulley. Jesus, couldn't even think of it right. But yeah, guys, everything from your 5.7 will bolt on here. If you want it just a short block and you don't want to do anything, like, all right, let me put this way. Matt Fecack just put a stock 392 in his old Whipple Ram, because the Whipple went to Rick Spillman and his rear and everything else. So he put a fun street truck 392. It's not like built or forged or anything like that. I know we put that in. I do know he used 5.7 heads because it'll raise the compression. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that. Me, without a doubt, would never do that on a boosted build because you want more airflow. The 6.4 heads flow way more than the 5.7s. And I think because of that, that's why the compression goes pretty high on the 5.7 heads from the 6.4 motor. But everything else, really, guys, is just bolting up the same. Headers, I said, you could even use the stock manifolds if you don't have the money for headers. You can use your stock 5.7 manifold if you don't have the money for a 6.4 manifold, or, you know, whatever. But even, like I said, the 6.1 manifolds, they will bolt right up. Everything bolts up from the 5.7 to the 6.4. You just need a couple small things to get it, you know, to be exactly, to be, you know, to make your truck a 6.4. And that's what this is. This is a 6.4 Ram hitting the track tomorrow, guys. And like I said, if you have any questions in the comments, just put it down there. I will answer them. I have the same exhaust, same everything. Just basically the block and the heads, like, you know, and a bunch of new components. It's really all it is. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That's what we got. As you can see, we're ready to race. But yeah, guys, that's what we got for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will have another racing video coming up shortly. hopefully we hit the track tomorrow. That's my plan. My plan is wake up, go to the track, and get a new racing video. We have not made a full pass on this thing yet. First day at the track, nothing but spinning issues. Still ran basically pretty good for, you know, letting out and spinning really, really bad. The second day is when the fuel pump, not the fuel pump, the fuel basket went the second time at Cecil County. So we fixed that issue. Yes, that issue was fixed, and hopefully we get to the track tomorrow and make some clean passes, get some data for Jay. Like I said, we're still in a conservative tune, but it still runs strong. Even in this heat, as you can see, I'm sweating like a pig here. You know, it's 90-some degrees out. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope to see you soon with the racing video. Peace.